Hi, everybody. Hey, Bonnie Lee here. Are you ready today to talk about the Rocky Mountaineer experience in the United States? Now, traveling not only in Canada, but in the United States. But with that said, you know me, Bonnie Lee always has a question. So, my question was well, actually, I had several questions, and I'm going to answer them all in the beginning of this video. My first question was, is there a difference between the Rocky Mountaineer experience in Canada versus the United States? The second question I had was, Rocky Mountaineer in the United States has two packages, the Silverleaf and the Silverleaf Plus. What is the difference? Another question, transfers and luggage. Are it included? The seating. I wanted to know, how are the seating arrangements put together? And where in the heck am I going to sleep? Do I sleep on the train? How about the bathrooms? Are you wondering in your head, what about the bathrooms? And are you saying, gosh darn it, I sure hope Bonnie Lee talks to me about the bathrooms on Rocky Mountaineer? Well, guess what? We're going to do that. And then after I go over all of those questions, after we finish all of it, guess what? I'm going to take you all on my trip, Moab to Denver. So get ready to, ooh, this could be rock and roll. All right. So, first question, does the Rocky Mountaineer experience differ between the United States and Canada? Well, in the United States, the rail cars are one level. In Canada, the rail cars are two level. So, in the United States, your full experience, dining and viewing, is in a one level car. In Canada, those two levels, you're dining on the first level, and the second level is all about viewing and drink service and relaxing. Now, you're probably asking the question, why in the world does Canada get two levels of cars? In the United States, our tunnels can only accommodate a one level rail car. Now, why that is, I really don't know, but if someone knows, do feel free to pop a comment down below and enlighten the rest of us why that is. Now, let's talk about the different packages, the Silverleaf and the Silverleaf Plus. When you book into the Silverleaf package with Rocky Mountaineer, your entire experience will be within the same rail car. Great viewing windows, your dining, and your drink service. Everything will be within the car that you are assigned. Passengers in the Silverleaf Plus package, they have access to not one, but two lounge cars, and then their drink, their food, and just their whole service level is elevated. The third question, how does Rocky Mountaineer handle the transfers and the luggage, and are they included? With Rocky Mountaineer, your transfers to the hotel, to the train back to the hotel are always included, and your luggage, you do not schlep it along with you. Not a chance. The Mountaineer, your luggage follows you because someone is picking it up and taking it to where you will need it. Number 6, do you sleep on the train? A really quick answer to that question is no, you do not sleep on the train. I'll talk to you a little bit about that later on when I talk about my own experience on Rocky Mountaineer. And then, how about the bathrooms? I promised I would talk about the bathrooms. So here we go. The bathrooms are large, not only large, but they're plentiful when it comes to mobility issues in and out of the bathroom. Those are very, very important questions. And I would definitely counsel you to have a conversation with your travel professional or directly with Rocky Mountaineer. Now, how about seating? If there's just two of you traveling, you're going to be seated next to each other. If there are 4 of you, for instance, a family, you're going to be seated aisle across. If by chance you're traveling with others who might not be in your reservation, be sure to notify Rocky Mountaineer so that they can tie your reservations together, so that your seats will be assigned together. If you don't alert Rocky Mountaineer, they have no idea that you and another reservation might be connected. Now, here's a fun about the seats on Rocky Mountaineer. The seats rotate. You're probably thinking, why does that matter? Remember, in a Silverleaf car, you remain in the same car and you remain in your assigned seat. Let's just say you're traveling with your kids and you want to play some games together. Well, by rotating the seats, you are able to look at one another. You're able to dine and have conversations. Totally elevates the experience for people who are traveling in the Silverleaf package. Talk to Rocky Mountaineer when you book. Let them know that you would like the seats to be assigned so that all four of you can be looking at each other. An important thing to note, though, is that of the four of you, two of you will be traveling backwards. So if anyone does have a tendency maybe to get car sick, it's important to have that question answered ahead of time. With all the questions out of the way, now let's talk about my trip, how we planned it, and some fun discoveries we made on the way. In our planning, we opted to travel Moab to Denver. I wanted to leave a little bit later in the day and travel up through the Rocky Mountains versus Denver, traveling down through the Rocky Mountains. Now, is one route better than the next? No, really about your personal preference, and book the trip the way you would like. We landed in Salt Lake City and we rented a car, spending 3 nights in Moab. But one thing I do want you to remember, picking up a car in Salt Lake and dropping it off in Moab is called a one-way car rental. Car rental service might charge an additional fee for that service. It's called a drop fee. If you opt to rent a car and do what we did, just make sure you validate that there isn't a fee. And if there is a fee, just find out what it is. And if you're okay with it, that's fine too. We also checked with Enterprise to ask them, how is this going to work in Moab on the day when we're set to board the train? Enterprise had an office right in Moab. They said, it's not a problem. Just bring the car to the office and we will give you a quick ride back to your hotel. Now, were there other options to get us from Salt Lake City to Moab? Yes, we could have flown from Salt Lake to Moab, could have taken a bus. And if we had booked an overnight and excursions through Rocky Mountaineer in Salt Lake City, they would have actually provided transfers to Moab. In Moab, we stayed at the Hilton Hoodoo. The Hilton Hoodoo is part of the Curio collection by Hilton. It's typically a smaller hotel. They're a little bit more boutique-y. The Hilton Hoodoo is a Rocky Mountaineer host hotel, but unfortunately, Rocky Mountaineer did not offer the 2-bedroom casita, which is what we were looking for. We booked direct with the hotel. We were traveling with friends, and the casita made perfect sense for us from both an experiential and the overall financial side of it. So what did the casita have? A full kitchen. We had 2 full bedrooms, a living room with a pull-out couch, 3 full bathrooms, 2 fireplaces, 3 decks. And here is the kicker. All of the amenities from the Hilton Hoodoo just across the parking lot. So truly, we had the best of both worlds. We stayed in Moab for 3 nights. We explored the state parks and the national parks. We had so many dining opportunities, not only dining, but shopping and adventure choices in and around Moab, like the Moab Coffee Roaster and the Doughbird Donut Shop. Every single morning, it was just a 2-minute walk from the casita. They happened to be just kitty corner from each other. We sat outside, enjoyed our coffee and our donuts, taking in all that Moab had to offer, or should I say, all that Mother Nature had to offer. Oh, here's a fun fact about alcohol service in Moab. Probably is true for all of Utah. Alcohol in the restaurants is not served until after 11:30 a.m. I am going to recommend to everyone that you extend your stay in Moab, no matter which direction you are going. So now it's the night before we are set to hit the rails. How does it work? We met with the Rocky Mountaineer ground staff right in the lobby of our hotel. They went over everything with us. If somewhere along the line, let's just say you've come up with a question and you don't know the answer, these are the people who can help you out. We met with them. They talked to us about the lay of the land for the next day. We got our train tickets and we got our luggage tags. They let us know that the next day our checkout time at the hotel would be 11 o'clock and the transfer would not be until 1:15-ish. They recommended we check out, drop off our luggage either with the hotel or with them. They had a hospitality room, and then just go into town and get a bite to eat. She said, "You don't want to be hungry. Go have some lunch." We dropped off our luggage and then into town we went for one last fabulous lunch in Moab. And when lunch was finished, we made our way back to the Hilton Hoodoo where the Rocky Mountaineer transfer was waiting for us. The transfer time from the hotel to the train was 13, maybe 15 minutes. When we got to the train, oh my gosh, the air was like buzzing with excitement. Rocky Mountaineer had flags flying, red carpets in front of every single rail car, and staff there to help all of us board the train. Each rail car is boarded independent of the other, so there's no walking through one car to get to the other. Boarding was simple. Remember, none of us had luggage. It was already gone. We walked on board, we sat down in our seats, and in the seat pocket ahead of us, there were the menus for the food and the drink for the next day and a half. We rode the rails that afternoon, had a fabulous meal, walked into the lounge cars, and just enjoyed the train ride through the desert. How does it work when you arrive in Glenwood Springs? Well, everyone is pre-checked into their hotel by Rocky Mountaineer. We are given our room keys. So guess what? You go up to your room, you open the door, your luggage is there. We were staying at the Hotel Maxwell Anderson, which was directly across the street from the train station. So it was easy for us. We got off the train and walked right into our hotel lobby. But some of the guests with Rocky Mountaineer were staying at the Hotel Colorado. And where is the Hotel Colorado? It's on the other side of the Colorado River. So are you thinking, how did that work for those people? Super simple. Two choices. Do you want to transfer? Or would you like to walk? It was a beautiful evening. Remember again, guests are not having to pull their luggage. They could just enjoy Mother Nature and the evening. The walk was maybe 3 blocks. When we got up to our room, there was our luggage. And talking about the room, all I can say is, wow, comfortable. And I don't mean comfortable like my mom's couch. I mean comfortable. It enveloped me and it welcomed me into the space. We checked out our room and did head down to the lobby for a quick snack before we were going off to bed. Are you ready for day 2? In the morning, we packed our bags, we zipped them shut, leaving them in our room right where we found them for the luggage pickup. I walked out of the room and I swear I could hear the call of the Wild Coffee Shop in the lobby, and it had my name. Grabbed a cup of coffee and walked around Glenwood Springs. The saddest part about it was that we didn't get enough time to explore, but I will be back. We made our way back to the train station just in time to board the train. What I didn't know then, but I know now, is Rocky Mountaineer had a full coffee service set up right in the train station. And then it's time to board. The conductor called, "All aboard," with no luggage. Again, boarding was easy, and our seats Sipping our coffee, we gave the staff our breakfast order and thought, time to kick back, relax, and wait for our breakfast, right? Not a chance with Rocky Mountaineer. There was a big surprise. Cinnamon rolls, hot from a local bakery, and more fresh brewed coffee. Leaving Glenwood Springs was as painful as it would have been had I not had that delicious hot cinnamon roll drizzled with that sweet vanilla glaze to ease my pain. That day for us, the weather was perfect. So after we had breakfast, we made our way back to the lounge car. But on our way back there, I stopped on the viewing platform, stuck my head out of the window. I was taking in all of the morning mountain air and hearing the sound of the train on the tracks. You know that clickety clack, clickety clack. It was the perfect way to start our second day with Rocky Mountaineer. When I finally did make it back to the lounge cars after breakfast, we played some dominoes. We enjoyed the mountain scenery through the large eye-level windows right this way and the full bar service along with some delicious lunks. Remember, there are those two lounge cars, but they are only available to Rocky Mountaineer guests who have booked in the Silver Leaf Plus packages. The staff told us that today would be the day of tunnels, at least 20 tunnels. And at one point, we would be going through 4 tunnels consecutively. As we're riding along, the staff is telling stories of mountain life a long time ago and what happens in the mountains today. We traveled by the home of one of the staff members' parents. Oh my gosh, they were outside waving as we rolled by. On that day, the beauty of the Colorado River and the whole Rocky Mountaineer experience did not disappoint. Every part of it was amazing. So now it's time we're pulling into Denver. We scheduled our flight home for the next day. So as the train pulled into Denver and it came to a stop, we boarded our transfer for the Crawford, a host hotel for Rocky Mountaineer, located within the Amtrak station in downtown Denver. And I gotta say, the Crawford is probably one of the best ways I ever ended a trip. So thanks for coming along with me today. Have a great day.